Hey there, first graders. Welcome to Fun with Phonics. I'm Miss Seaborn, and this is Pinky, and we're so glad to be here with you today. Before we get started, let's warm our voices and our brain up with a special chant. Hey, first graders, glad you're here. It's Phonics time. Let out a big cheer. Yay! I can't wait to get started with you today. On today's episode, we are going to do a sight and sound pattern review. Next, we're going to do a special fluency activity. And last but certainly not least, we're going to read a story together. I cannot wait to get started. I'm going to give you a few moments to gather all your materials and then meet you right back here. The first sounds we're going to review are our short vowel sounds. Short vowel sounds are the hardest working vowels in the alphabet. I'm going to say them first, and then you repeat after me. A, apple, A. Great job. E, ed, E. Sounds really good. I, itch, I. Good job. O, octopus, ah. U, up, Fantastic. The next sound that we're going to review are our long vowel sounds. The long vowel sounds are really easy to remember because the sounds they make are the same as the name of the letter. I'm going to say them first, and then you repeat after me. A, acorn, A. E, eagle, E. I, ice cream, I. O, oval, O. U, unicorn, U. This long U is really special because it makes two different sounds. U also makes the sound ooh. Good job. The last sound that we're going to review are our consonants. I'm going to say them first, and then you repeat after me. D, dog, D. G, grapes, G. W, wagon, W. X, box, X. Y, yarn, Y. N, nose, N. R, robot, R. J, jellyfish, J. M, mitten, M. S, star, S. Great job. For the next part of our lesson, we're going to play a super fun game. I love words and pulling them apart and decoding them and putting them back together and seeing what all those parts mean. Hopefully you'll enjoy doing it with me today. So we're going to play a game. Instead of using a basketball or football or Barbies, we're going to use words. Excited? Are you ready to go? Great. All right, guys. Our first word is right behind me. Are you ready? Get set and Gotcha. All right, guys, let's try that again. Get ready, get set, and B-L-E-N-D. Do you know that word? If you do, go ahead and shout it out. Let me hear you. All right, good job. Now we're going to read it together. Arms out. We're going to tap the sounds we hear in this word. B, L, E, N, D. Blend. That word is blend. Do you know what it means to blend? You're exactly right. To blend means to mix things up. Next, I'm going to add some suffixes to the word blend. Remember that a suffix changes a word's definition. We have a whole new word here. We already know that our base word is blend. And now we have added a suffix. The suffix in this word is ing. Ing together makes the sound ing. I-N-G, ing. Blending. The suffix ing means this is an action word and it's happening right now. This word means present. It is in the present tense. That means whatever this action is that your base word is, it's happening right now. Now, let's see if we can make another word using the base word blend. I'm going to erase our ing. And it's your turn to see if you can read this word on your own. I made a new word. You guys know what it is? If you do, go ahead and shout it out. Blended. Blended. Ed is another suffix and it means something happened in the past. This lets us know that the action is in past tense. It has happened before. I blended this yummy smoothie a few moments ago. I had so much fun blending and decoding with you guys. Let's practice that with some more words. The next word we're going to decode is spelled B-R-A-V-E. If you know that word already, go ahead and shout it out. Great job. All right, we're going to tap the sounds out in this word together. But before we get started, I want to look at the vowel that's in this word. There's an E. Remember that letter E is magic when it's at the end of a word. It makes the A say its name. You got it. So I'm going to put my macaron on top of this A so that I'm reminded that A is going to say its name. I'm going to cross out that E because it is a silent letter. That sneaky old ninja E. Arms out. Ready? Get set and brave. That word is brave. Great job. The word brave means to be heroic. It means you're doing something that's very, very special. For example, firefighters are really brave because their job can be kind of dangerous sometimes, but they do it to help other people. When you see a firefighter, make sure you tell them thank you. Always give them a wave or thumbs up and let them know that you appreciate their bravery. For the next part of our lesson, we're going to review some of the words that we've been learning over the last couple of weeks. Remember, I told you guys, you have to practice things over and over again to get really good at them. And that doesn't just apply to reading. If you're trying to learn how to ride a bike or how to swim or how to make perfect slime, practice makes perfect. All right, so we're going to practice reading our words that we've learned over the last couple weeks. And this time we're going to go in reverse. That means backwards. So I'm going to show you the word, and then you're going to read it first. And then I'll repeat after you. The first word is strap. Strap. Make sure you strap that seatbelt in before the car takes off. Great job. All right, your turn. This word is planted. Thank you. Have you ever planted a vegetable in a garden before? Planted. The next word is, great job, slept. Slept. Have you ever slept outside before? I haven't, but it's called camping when you do it. I'm a little too scared. Maybe I'll try it one day. The next word is, great job, globe. Globe. The earth is one big globe. Remember that a globe is something that is shaped like a sphere. Great job. Trust. Trust. I trust my best friend to always have kind words to say. Great job. Do you remember this word? Of course you do. You're so smart. Kiss your brain. This word is clumps. Clumps. Hey, there's still clumps in my smoothie. I need to blend it some more, right? Clumps. And that brings us to our word that we talked about today. I know you guys know this word. What is it again? Somebody help me out. Blending. Great job. Blending. And blending means to mix. The last word that we're going to review is brave. Can you think of someone you know that shows you that they're brave? Have they done something heroic? If you can, I want you to write them a letter this week. Write them a letter letting them know that you appreciate their bravery and that you want to say thank you. Hey there, first graders. We've made it to the next part of our lesson. This is my favorite part of our lesson today, and it is also one of my most favorite things to do in the entire world, and that is read. It's even more special because I get to read with you. All right, we're going to read a story today, and then we're going to discuss the characters, the setting, and the main events of the story. Remember that the characters are who is in the story. They are the people, animals, things that make the story. The next thing we're going to discuss is the setting. Do you remember what the setting is? Great job. Yes, the setting is where the story takes place. Main events. The main events are the things that happen, that take place, that make the story so good. You want to keep reading it. We're going to discuss all of those things, so keep an eye out for them as we're reading your story. All right, first graders. The title of the story we're going to read is Clarence's Show. Just by hearing the title, what do you think this story is going to be all about? Those are all great guesses. I think the story is going to be about a kid named Clarence and some kind of show. Maybe they'll be nervous about being in the show. Oh, maybe it's a talent show. I can't wait to read and find out. Follow the star. We're going to begin reading at the first line. The first grade was having a fall festival. Clumsy Clarence had been given the job to put on a show. Everyone knew how funny he could be? Let's stop here. Why do you think he has the nickname Clumsy Clarence? What kind of things make somebody clumsy? What does that word even mean? Great job. Clumsy probably means he falls a lot or he often trips or drops things. I wonder what could go wrong if Clarence is clumsy. What do you think might go wrong? Let's keep reading to find out. Clarence planned to write the show in the morning at the library. He wanted to carve silly vegetable faces for the show too. But things went terribly wrong. Oh no. He woke up late. Oh, Clarence. He had to skip breakfast. He could not think clearly on an empty belly. Then it was time for the festival. Clarence was shaking with nerves. Have you ever felt like that? So nervous because you knew that there was something important that you needed to do? What would he say? He could not think of a single funny thing. Poor Clarence. He started for the stage when, crash! His arms and legs went flying. He had tripped on a pumpkin on the stage. He was okay and everyone was laughing. They thought it was part of the show. How do you think Clarence felt? Do you think he felt embarrassed that he fell on a pumpkin? Or do you think he felt relieved that they thought him falling on a pumpkin was funny because he didn't have any jokes? Or maybe you think he felt both. I think he might have felt both. Maybe embarrassed when he first fell, and then probably relieved once everybody started laughing. Clarence picked himself up and tripped again. This time it was on purpose. His show had begun. Wow, it sounds like Clarence had an eventful show. Clarence planned to write his show at the last minute. He woke up late so he couldn't eat his breakfast and he couldn't think. And then he got on the show, and then he got on the stage and fell over a pumpkin. And everyone laughed, so he just kept falling. What's another name you would give Clarence? Other than Clumsy Clarence, which I think is a good nickname. Could you think of another nickname for Clarence based on the things that we know about him so far? Great job. Those are all great answers. I think that a good nickname for Clarence would be Comedic Clarence because he's so funny. Or Crazy Clarence because he's so silly. All right, guys, we're going to go back to our whiteboard and discuss the characters, settings, and main events in this story. Thank Clarence. All right, first graders, now we're going to go back and dig deep into the story, Clarence's show. Who was the main character in that story? Great job, Clarence. Was anyone else mentioned in the story? You're right, the first graders. Can you think of anybody that reminds you of Clarence that you know from your class or your school? I can think of one. The next is our setting. Where did the story take place? Let's see. First, Clarence was supposed to be writing his jokes, but he fell asleep. So where do you fall asleep at? Home. So our story started with Clarence at home. Oftentimes, the settings in stories change. As the events progress and continue, the character usually leaves one place and goes to another. and it's great because we get to go with them. The other place that the story took place at is, you got it, school. The show that Clarence performed in was at school. What were some of the main events that happened in the story Clarence's show? We're going to pull out the most important things that we remember. Can you tell me some of the things that happened to Clarence in the story? Great job. The first thing that Clarence did was Clarence forgot to write his jokes. After he forgot to write his jokes, he woke up late and skipped breakfast. After Clarence skipped breakfast, he got on stage. And once Clarence took the stage, what happened? He tripped over a pumpkin. I'm going to put that he made everyone laugh. All right, guys. I love that story. What did you think about it? Next, we're going to rate the story, Clarence's show. How much did you like it? If you hated that story, we're going to give it 1 star. That means you didn't like it very much. 2 or 3 star means, it was okay. 4 or 5 stars means you really, really liked it. All right, everybody, let's give our vote on the story, Clarence's show. I give it 5 stars. I love the story. That was so much fun to read with you. All right, first graders, that's the end of our lesson. I had so much fun reading with you today. We got to go over our sounds, play around with some words, and then we did my most favorite activity, which was read a story that I thought was pretty funny. I can't wait to do this with you again soon. See you later. Bye.